Yeah, let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beast's back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they never ever mindin' they beeswax. I don't ever cap, but I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy cause they all here where we at. You better believe that. When it's all said and done, I'll still be here standing. Never took a loss and it ain't something that I'm planning. I dare you to say something, my focus is A1. Every dog has his day, it's been mine since day one. This is real grinding, I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding, and I'm getting hotter too. Talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you and I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
They ain't coming close to me. Flow is on atomic, I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we ballin' out. Yeah, the coldest of teens, they know what we bring, don't try us. They know in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym, this is target and practice. Yeah. And I'm just getting started, getting my feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret. All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt.
I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they never ever mind and they beeswax. I don't ever cap, but I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy cause they all here where we at. You better believe that. When it's all said and done, I'll still be here standing. Never took a loss and it ain't something that I'm planning. I dare you to say something. My focus is A1. Every dog has its day. It's been mine since day one. This is real grinding. I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding. And I'm getting hotter too. Talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you and I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard. I just gotta go hard.
They ain't coming close to me. Flow is on atomic, I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we balling out. Yeah, the coldest of teens, they know what we bring, don't try us. Ain't no in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym, this is target and practice, yeah. And I'm just getting started, getting my feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret. All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt.
I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lumberjack pregame show brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency. I'm Alec Reyes alongside Jared Christmas, and Drellin Fussell will join us here momentarily. And we are coming to you live from the friendly confines of Lumberjack Stadium as the Lumberjacks kick off the 2025 campaign hosting the Madisonville Mustangs out of District 11, Class 4A, Division 2. The Lumberjacks are led by 12th year head coach Blake Morrison, who is 76 and 51 overall. He leads the Lumberjacks after a 2024 record where the Lumberjacks went 5-7 overall, finishing up with an area round loss to the Franklin Lions to cap off last season. So Lumberjacks coming in, replacing a lot of seniors who graduated, and we had a lot of production lost with them as well. But although the Lumberjacks are young, we know that they're gonna grow up and mature, and we'll see how they look here tonight in this first test against a pretty stout Madisonville Mustangs. Mustangs led by 7th year head coach Russell Yerbanki, who is 32 and 35 overall at the helm. He led the Mustangs to a by-district round playoff loss to Gatesville last season and led them to a 6-5 overall record. So both teams coming into it looking fairly young, with both teams with 9 starters returning on both sides altogether. So it'll be interesting to see how fast both of these teams can mature and grow and mesh together going into tonight's season opener for 2025. So it'll be interesting to see how things go for both the Lumberjacks and Mustangs in week 1 of the Texas high school football season. So as I said here, I'm up here with Jared Christmas, who's sitting beside me. Jared, we're back at it once again, year 3 for the 3 of us, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be up here getting to do this again for year number 3.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every year, the weeks leading up to the kickoff for the first game of the season are always like something that we're looking forward to. The anticipation's growing the whole time. And so we're finally here, man. We've got to see a little bit of college football, got to watch a little bit of high school football last night as well. But, man, it's good to see these Lumberjacks out here. And I got to tell you, here shortly we're going to listen to the coaches show, and Coach Morrison's he seemed like he was pretty pleased with the growth and the progress that the Lumberjacks have made so far in the preseason. And so I'm really looking forward to see how they come out, how they play. We definitely have some weaknesses. I mean, we lost the entire defensive line last year due to graduations. And so that's going to be a spot to definitely look at, see how they develop. But Coach Morrison kind of touches on that in the coaches show, so I won't ruin it for you. But, man, I'm just excited to be out here at Lumberjack Stadium.
So the Lumberjacks and Mustangs will kick off at 7:30 p.m. this evening. We went ahead and started live so we can go ahead and get some things situated here, as we will transition into the coaches show momentarily. Just wanted to share with all of you that we are not on the Diboll Lumberjacks app this season. Instead, we are coming to you live on either the Diboll Sports Broadcast YouTube channel or on Diboll Sports Broadcast Facebook. Please be sure to subscribe on YouTube, and on Facebook, please be sure to like and follow our page as well, and to so that way we can see who's listening in. We can engage with you guys that way. So thank you all, those of you who are tuned in currently. I see we have some engagement already on YouTube, as Andres Reyes, who's actually my uncle, he was the first comment. So I'm going to go ahead and shout you out. You, Andy, thank you for listening in and commenting in first. And then Scott asked if this will be a video or voice broadcast. This is going to be just a voice broadcast as well. And this will also be the audio broadcast with the scoreboard, just so y'all know. And we'll have the score updated while as the game progresses and whatnot. So all that being said, we'll go ahead and take this to the coaches show, which is also brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain.
Welcome to the Lumberjack Coaches Show, presented by Terrell Insurance. I'm your host, Jared Christmas, and I'm sitting with Coach Blake Morrison today. Coach, you're entering your 12th year in Diboll. How has this preseason felt compared to some of the previous years?
I'd say it's an unknown. We knew what we had coming back, and had a decent spring. I thought the summer was above average. So the kids worked hard, but coming into this, a lot of questions. We got a ton of questions, a lot of vacancies, and for the most part, it's been a every year is different. So I mean, this is it don't remind me of 14 and 15, 18, or anything like that. I mean, it really don't. It just each year you get a new, you got to find your identity, and we'll see what these kids are, what they're about here soon.
So from a coaching perspective, what excites you about this new group of players that you have this year?
Well, I mean,
First game jitters up here as well. We'd like to apologize for those technical difficulties with the wiring and whatnot. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and resume with the Lumberjack Coaches Show, brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain.
Welcome to the Lumberjack Coaches Show, presented by Terrell Insurance. I'm your host, Jared Christmas, and I'm sitting with Coach Blake Morrison today. Coach, you're entering your 12th year in Diboll. How has this preseason felt compared to some of the previous years?
I'd say it's an unknown. We knew what we had coming back, and had a decent spring. I thought the summer was above average. So the kids worked hard, but coming into this, a lot of questions. We got a ton of questions, a lot of vacancies, and for the most part, it's been a every year is different. So I mean, this is it don't remind me of 14 and 15, 18, or anything like that. I mean, it really don't. It just each year you get a new, you got to find your identity, and we'll see what these kids are, what they're about here soon.
So, from a coaching perspective, what excites you about this new group of players that you have this year?
Well, I mean, every year is exciting because I mean that's the great thing about being in high school sports. Every year is different, you know. So you learn from your mistakes. You look at different ways maybe to do things, um, and try to get better according to how they are. Okay, that's what I tell everybody all the time. We got to find what ingredients we got before we can make anything. If we ain't got the ingredients for a good gumbo, then why are we trying to make gumbo? So we look at what the kids are, how they're buying into working and look, we look at them and say, okay, look, I think you can play. This is what your skill set looks like, and we get them out get them out there, and sometimes there's people that can play on air, and there's people that can't play on air. There's people that you feel like's got to be in the trenches, and they're not a trench person, and it's you just got to find that. In 3A we start 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 start. As far as that's concerned, I mean, the, you know, we're close. But as far as just the returners and who stepped up and everything else, I told the returners that, there's nobody, we had 22 spots open. And so let's everybody go out and earn it, do the old Brett Favre. Brett Favre said he went to practice every day to prove he was the best quarterback for Green Bay and in the NFL. So you got to do that. Nothing's given to you. I don't want that entitlement mentality. I want you to go out and work. And then if you're good, then let's get even better.
So, Coach, one of the areas that we lost a lot of depth was on the line, on the D line, the O line, and especially at the center position with a 4-year starter and Brody Finley. Have we solidified that position? And how do you see the offensive and defensive line kind of morphing throughout the year until you get to the point to where you want it?
Well, the first thing is, we lost a 4-year starter with Brody. It's hard to replace somebody like Brody, okay? But it's a great, everybody's got to do it. So I got a young man I think is going to be a pretty good player if he starts believing in himself too. And he's got the capabilities, he's got the strength, and he's a sophomore. So I really think that he's going to be he can be as good as Brody if he wants to be. He's got good feet and everything. He's just, a lot of times it's a little bit of lack of confidence, and that goes with a lot of kids, nowadays. You don't have, some of them have that false enthusiasm look and, will bark and everything else. But when it comes down to it, just that self-confidence is the key to being successful. We got I got K. Jordan. He's a returner, and so is Montoya. So they're returning from last year. I moved Jamarcus Nieves over to D-line because, we felt like, with us losing our, entire D-line, I need some length and some also, a little bit of size. And so we kind of, reshuffle the deck a little bit. And so for the most part, we're, Friday night right now, as of today, we'll probably go with, an O-line, we'll have Christian and at center, Villanueva at right guard, and Cade at right tackle. And then at left guard, we'll have Montoya. And then at left tackle, we'll have Micah Ibarra, freshman. So, I ain't afraid to play freshman. And, one of the things I tell the kids, number one, I'm never going to do anything to embarrass you, never going to do anything to hurt you. If I feel like you can handle it, I'll play you. But if I don't feel like you can do it, I'm not going to put you in that situation. And so as freshmen, Micah's got the strength, he's got the size. Again, it comes down to what I just said. Same thing about my center. Okay, self-confidence. And then once they do it, I tell them, we are rah-rah guys. They do something good, it looks like Mardi Gras over there. We do something bad, we get over and we got to talk to them, But, we have, those 5 guys, they got a chance, okay? And, in my right guard, we're sitting there going, okay, you got Villanueva, and also I got Alec DeJesus who's come back out, and he's, he's learning how to play again. And I think once he does that, he's going to be a good football player. Again, it's when you haven't done anything for 2 years and here you come again, it's not like riding a bike. It's a little different, and we're slow stepping him, and hopefully, he will get moving. So we get and we have other people. We have Dylan Ruiz, we have Jesus Flores, we got Angel Concha. We have several guys that can move in that position. So I don't feel like we are. We have depth. On the defensive side, we got, like I said, Nieves. And then Flores is going to play our nose guard, and then I got Barrett Price playing our other end. So we got 2 ends. If you just look at them height wise, you got 6 plus on both sides. Linebackers, we got our 2 returners, okay, who are playing a lot better than what they did last year. I think last year they thought they were playing hide and seek. But this year they're moving around pretty good. Secondary wise, we got Tyrese and Aaron Robbins, and then Morris is back here along with Chavis, and and then we're looking at a couple of new guys that can play for us on the edge, and that's DeCarlos. If I'm not using him as running back, a little, he can play out there. And but you got people like AJ Emmons has moved back into town, and he's looking good in camp. And you got Butters who moved in last year, is a good looking kid, and he's learned how to play the game. And then you got Ty Jones, another freshman, who once he figures it out, he can be pretty good. So I mean, we have that little group, and I know I might have missed a couple just off the top of my head, but that up front is going to be something that we're going to have to we're going to have to get better at. Those front five guys on offense, they can move people, but they got to want to. And then my defensive front can be, I'm telling you, can be good just because of leverage. When you got, when I can sit here and reach out and touch you in the face from here, that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Little stubbers, when you got some little, the lineman's going to hold you, but we got some good length on the edge, and I think that's going to help us. And if they just trust their eyes, and again, I mean, the common theme we've been talking about is self-confidence and believing in yourself and believing in your team and believing in the coaches, believing in the system, just whatever. I mean, all that, just, and until they do, it don't matter. I mean, I've heard professionals talk about it and everything else. Until you start really and truly believing in yourself, you got to defeat yourself first. That's your first opponent. Then you can roll.
Who have you seen within the wide receiver room who have stepped up during the preseason, and what are you expecting out of them this year?
I think we got 7 or 8 of them guys. Of course, you got Jackson, who's back, okay, and you got Tyrese, and then a guy who could be really good is Deal, okay,
Kiwi Deal.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's our Wes Welker. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
and his season was cut short last year at T, correct?
Yeah, he busted a kickoff and got tackled, and they rolled over the top of him and broke his collarbone. So he missed the last 2 games of the season, of course, or both. He missed both playoff games. But then, you got Aiden Morris, okay. We got Aaron Robbins, of course. He's a returner. You got Cooper Smith, who's out there with us, who's helping us out. You got Logan Hawthorne, Aiden Chavis. I think hopefully I'll hit everybody. But those guys are doing a good job of knowing the game, okay. And again, I mean, don't be robotic when you catch, when you go running a route. I mean, we got to do certain things right, but at the same time, okay, it's like I told Kiwi the other day, put a little sauce on that thing. It just look, we just run down and turn left now. Put some sauce on it and mix it up a little bit. So they're learning that stuff, and I think we got a pretty good receiving core, but at the same time, they're going to have to roll because that's also our DBs. Okay, so we're sitting there and doing that. We got to have everybody on board, ready to roll.
So at the quarterback position, we're going to be seeing some new faces. And what can we expect to see out of that position this year?
Well, we got Franco, who's a returner. Got several, a lot of reps towards the end of the season. Came in against Fairfield and did a remarkable job for us. And then Riley Arambula. We have Riley. So we got those 2. And both of them, I tell you, if I could just squeeze them together, okay, and
to
make
create
one
player, yeah.
Oh, because, I mean, there's some things this kid does great. There's something that this one does great. Going into it, we were looking at maybe right off the bat, rotating series, but one of them got a little injury, so we don't know his status yet. So so that made it pretty easy for us. But we was going to see what each one of them could do in a game situation, because Both of them have done, like I said, I can sit there and go, well, he does it great right there. But my gosh, what is he doing on this? And it's the same thing for both of them. And so it's a battle, and I love a battle because, that brings the best out in you.
That's great to hear, Coach. So moving on to Madisonville, what can we expect to see on both sides of the ball from the Mustangs this season?
Madisonville is Madisonville. Fast, okay, skill kids, good quarterback, big line, defensively. They're almost a mirror image of us in a way, but physical, run to the football again. Very, very fast. They got some kids on that team that, they're, if you look at them, I don't know how the regional track meet went last year with Madisonville, but those guys are, they're running some low numbers in the 4x1 and 4x2, and those guys now are having the pads on. So, and there is a difference between track speed and football speed. I do understand that, but they're still running fast out there. Okay. And
fast is fast.
Fast. I mean, they are. And so it's a good contest for us. It's a good measuring stick to see where we're at. Last year we gave them one, they gave us one, and so it kind of equaled out in the wash who was donating to who, and then it came down to us kicking an extra point and to go to overtime, and evident, and we know the rest. We know the Paul Harvey of that thing. So, they're a different ball club, so their identity, what they're going to do, we've seen them on, we've traded the scrimmage films and watching them, and they do a lot of things good. They really do. They're a well-coached team, and those coaches have been together for a long time. So, they know what they're going to do. They know what. They just, it's a decent program. Okay, I really do. I think Russell does a great job. So, it's going to be a great test for us.
So lastly, Coach, regardless of Friday night's results, right, what are you hoping to see, and what are some of those key things that you're hoping to accomplish and see out of your team here in the first game of the season?
Growth and toughness. That's it. Okay. We got to grow as a team. We got to get better, no busted assignments, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I can go through all the cliches you want, but I want to see growth, and then I want to see some toughness. Okay, tough people are going to play the game. Okay, and they're going to win the game. And our brand of football we play is, we're not a two-hand touch team. We're going to come at you. We're going to do things physical, and that's what I want to see. I want to see if our kids, are ready to play physical, and get a little bit better as we grow. So,
well, Coach, I appreciate you coming in today for the Lumberjack Coaches Show presented by Terrell Insurance. And I just want to say congratulations to you on your 12th season here in Diboll. And
12 years. And that's I think the longest term was 13. So, Lord willing, I might bust that one. And so,
yeah, I hope you bust it wide open, Coach.
And so, but can't wait for a great year. I get to spend with these kids, and hopefully we'll put a good product out there for Diboll in this community and be proud of what's going on Friday nights.
Well, we're looking forward to it, Coach. Thank you for coming in today, and good luck to y'all this season.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to.
You were just listening to the Lumberjack Coaches Show, brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency. Once again, I'd like to welcome to you all to this live broadcast of Diboll Lumberjack football on either YouTube or Facebook, wherever you may be listening in from. It'll be Alec Reyes, Jared Christmas, and Drellin Fussell on the call with you this evening, as we still have about 35 minutes left before kickoff here at Lumberjack Stadium, as the Lumberjacks are playing host to the Madisonville Mustangs to kick off the 2025 season opener. And as without further ado, we also have another interview we'd like to share with y'all. This is the interview with Diboll ISD Superintendent Dr. Igor Gusikov. So we'll go ahead and send it off to the interview with Dr. G.
Welcome to the District Spotlight. Today, we're going to step away from the football field for a very special conversation with Dr. Gusikov, Dr. G as he's known, the new superintendent for Diboll ISD. Dr. G comes to Diboll with a wealth of experience in education and leadership, and he's stepping into his new role at an exciting time for our district. Dr. G, thank you so much for joining us today on the broadcast.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Dr. G, for those in Diboll who may not know you yet, can you share a little bit about your background and what brought you here to Diboll?
So first of all, I'm a husband and a dad. My wife is a teacher. She teaches 4th grade reading here in Diboll. And we have 2 kids. Brian, he is 7 years old. He is 2nd grade here in Diboll. And Vera, she is 3. She goes to daycare. And so we are a family of educators, and being here in Diboll is a family affair.
Awesome.
But we come from Lumberton, Texas. We spent almost 5 years, 4.5 years there for curriculum, safety, student services, and so on. My wife Margie, she taught special education and reading. So we enjoyed our time there. Before there, we lived in Nacogdoches for many years, and that's where we got married. So coming to Diboll was almost like coming home, returning to the familiar area code 936. Right, that's what our numbers are. So that was exciting to us, and to get back to the Deep East Texas area.
Now that you've had some time here in Diboll, how would you describe the current state of the district?
Well, first of all, I was impressed and amazed. And from the moment we got here, we were treated like royalty. We had food dropped off at our porch. We had cards, and we just had a lot of welcoming activities and welcoming gestures from the whole community as well as from the district. So definitely a community that is warm and nurturing. The district provides quality education for our kiddos. And just like with every district here in the state of Texas, there are areas that we can always improve on, but also there are very strong areas that all the Diboll ISD employees and previous leadership can be proud of.
What are some of the things that you've seen within the district that you would say are some of our strengths? And then what are some other areas that you believe that may need some more attention and growth?
We have many passionate educators that love what they do. And to me, it's the biggest requirement for an educator, for a teacher, to love kids and to love education. We have that. And we also have a lot of employees that have been here all their careers. That tells you something about longevity, and again, goes back to the atmosphere of the district. People just don't want to leave. Well, I haven't met so many people that left and then came back. They realized that the grass is not greener somewhere else. And also, for many families, it is a family affair. Education is, and Diboll ISD is, because there are a lot of spouses, both wife and husband, work for the district. Again, that's strength. That shows the community buy-in and support. And as far as the areas for improvement, as you know, like if we talk about numbers, so recent accountability scores came in. We know that numbers do not necessarily describe what a district is about, because it's about people, it's about attitude, it's about learning, right? But so there are some areas of growth that we can do in our accountability scores. And as you know, there are some needs as far as facilities. That's why we had the Facilities Advisory Committee comprised of the community members, and they recommended that the board go for a bond election. So that's what I would identify as some of the areas in the potential growth.
Dr. G, What is your vision for the future of Diboll ISD over maybe the next, 3 to 5 years?
So, a district is like a cruise ship. You can't make a turn very suddenly. You have to give it time. You have to have a goal. You have to have a direction, but also you need to give it time. So, I like your timeline of 3 to 5 years because that's what normally takes for a meaningful change to happen. And my vision is for I want us to be an A district that provides quality education for our kids, that prepares our kids for the future. The recently adopted vision for the district is small town roots grow world-sized dreams. And I want and I see Diboll in the next couple of years turning into that community in that district that generates those world-sized dreams and prepares our kids for anything that comes their way in the future. Because as you know, today, the kids that are in school today will have jobs that do not exist now. So our job is to prepare our kids for whatever the future holds. And I want them to be able to say, yeah, I went to Diboll, so I'm ready for this.
So, how do you plan to support both academic success and some of the extracurricular activities, such as, athletics or CTE or the fine arts, so that students have a well-rounded experience?
It is very important to have a plan. In order to have a plan, you have to have the comprehensive assessment process that would allow you to say, okay, we have developed this plan and it is based on the data that we have found. So my first year here in Diboll, although we have already started and put in motion some initiatives and some things to improve our district. However, this first year, while I'm going through the first year cycle as a superintendent, I'm still gathering the data. Once we complete our first year and I see and have that comprehensive picture of where the district is, then we will develop this comprehensive plan, strategic plan moving forward to make sure that we address all these areas: academics, career, extracurricular, UIL, and so on. It is important to understand also that we have to be responsible with the taxpayers' money. And we have to direct the resources where the needs are. So first, we are identifying what needs to be done, what needs to be addressed, and then we will develop a plan to make sure that the resources are allocated in the way that we support all the programs. And of course, district exists for academics. We are providing education, but for many of our students, athletics or career courses could be the motivator why they wake up in the morning and decide to come to school.
So you mentioned the students and how the extracurriculars affect the students. As a community, how do you believe that sports and extracurriculars play into the community spirit and making Diboll ISD a great place for kids?
One of the great things about Diboll is there is a strong sense of community and identity with lumberjacks. And, you cannot out lumberjack the lumberjacks. What I mean by that is you can talk about going to homeschool or going to a private school, but the spirit that our community provides as far as being a lumberjack and what it means to be from Diboll is something that cannot be substituted by a homeschool environment or a private school environment. So we just need to make sure we deliver that message to the community, to our families, that, hey, this is not just about academics or just about sports. It's about the community feel, and it's about being a lumberjack and what does it mean to you? What does it mean to your family? What does it mean to the legacy that you're going to leave behind once you graduate? And again, you cannot out lumberjack the lumberjack.
So many of the families here in East Texas, they have a choice when it comes to education. Why should parents who are looking at the district choose Diboll ISD?
I'm working toward making sure that Diboll ISD is the district that will provide quality education for my kiddos. And I want to make sure that whoever teaches my kiddos loves my kiddos and cares for my kiddos. And I'm talking about my personal children, right? So, and I think every parent needs to understand that the helm of the district is the guy for whom this job is not just a job. It's passion. It's leaving a legacy of quality education, not just for the community, but for my personal children. And, and I will make sure that our teachers, our staff have all the resources that they need to be the best version of an educator that they can be. And I think for the parents, if they know that the people in the district care for the kids and love the kids and have strong passion for what they do, then that's where they need to put their kids, because that's where they will be well taken care of and educated.
So let me ask you this, Dr. G, just to kind of take a little left turn on you. Outside of work, what do you enjoy doing?
Well, being a superintendent and being a dad of a 70-year-old and a 40-year-old and a husband leaves very little time for outside activities. And I will tell you that I am a passionate traveler. And so in my pre-superintendent years, when I had a little bit more time in my my married life, I did enjoy the traveling part, and I love Europe and I love exploring. But now I'm in the stage of my life when I'm a dad of 2 little kids, and I'm a very passionate educator that's putting in a lot of time and effort into my work. So I am learning little by little, and it's becoming very easy here in Diboll, having a golf course. I'm learning how to play golf and dabble into that. Also, I loved fishing back in my younger days, but again, lately it has been just put in the back burner. But that's something that I eventually want to take up again. So a lot of things to strive for.
Absolutely. So in closing, Dr. G, if you had one message that you could share directly with the families and the students of Diboll ISD, what would it be?
Well, I want to say that I'm really proud of the work that has been done here in Diboll, as far as where the district is. But I also want to say that I'm very grateful for the support that I have seen and the response to the things that I bring to the district that I have seen. So the community of Diboll and Diboll ISD, they're very open-minded, and they're open to ideas, and I think that's the core ingredient for improvement and progress, is to keep an open mind. And although we are a community that's rooted in tradition, and there's a very rich tradition here in Diboll, but everyone keeps an open mind, and we as a community are ready to move forward and take our district to the next level.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Dr. G, for coming in today. I want to welcome you and your family to the district, and we look forward to everything that you have in store for the Lumberjacks here in the future. Thank you also to everybody who's listening, and go Jacks.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lumberjack pregame show, brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency. I'm joined alongside Jared Christmas and Draylen Fussell with me in the booth, as we're about 21 minutes away from kickoff here at Lumberjack Stadium tonight. The Lumberjacks playing host to the Madisonville Mustangs out of District 11, Class 4A, Division 2. So the Lumberjacks looking to build off of a area round appearance last season, and they'll face a pretty tough 4A opponent here in Madisonville, as they went 6-5 last year, finishing off in the by-district round of the playoffs. And Madisonville has given us fits in the past, but we'll see what the Lumberjacks can do here against the Mustangs this evening. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Draylen Fussell, who joined us here just a moment ago. Draylen, like I was telling Jared before you got here, year 3 doing it with both of y'all, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be doing this again with y'all.
Oh, yes, sir. Just another year, another beautiful opening night here in Diboll, Texas. Glad to be here with you guys, Alec and Jared, and looking forward to a very exciting football game tonight. I just feel like after seeing these Jackson practice here in recent weeks, I feel like we have a really good chance tonight. I think there's going to be they're going to have a strong showing here against Madisonville.
So as I said, we have 19 minutes before kickoff here at Lumberjack Stadium, and I would like to thank you all for listening in, either whether it be on YouTube or on Facebook. Just like to remind y'all to subscribe to our YouTube page, which is Diboll Sports Broadcast. This is where we will be hosting our live streams this season, and also on Facebook also on Facebook, the Diboll Sports Broadcast page. Please be sure to like and follow that page as well. That is where we will be bringing you all the action. We are doing away with the Diboll Lumberjacks app, and this is where we'll bring you all Lumberjack football games from here on out. So continuing to talk about tonight's matchup with Diboll and Madisonville, Coach Morrison alluded to this in the interview where he talked about playing a tough non-district schedule. You have about 4 of the 3 teams that we play will be 3 of the 4 teams, I should say, are up a classification. We got 4A, 2, 4A. Actually, 3. Yeah, it's 3. It's quick math in my head, y'all. But Shepherd, Rusk, and Madisonville are the ones that will play up in non-district. So, what I think is good here is that having these non-district games where you play up a division, I think it does a lot of good for you to play up an opponent who may have more depth, more bodies than you, and just line up and hit them in the mouth, see what you can do with them. And just having those early tests will really make for an impressive district run, Lord willing. So we'll see how that goes with that. But, I think it's good to play these tough non-district schedules right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to play up during the non-district portion of your schedule. I think going back a long time and through the history of the Diboll Lumberjacks, it's kind of always been that way consistently. I know back when we were in school, we always started out every single year with a scrimmage against Kilgore. We scrimmaged Conroe Oak Ridge the year before they went to 5A. I know we scrimmaged Willis, played Willis in the regular season. So anytime you can line up and go against these larger schools that maybe have more bodies, a little bit more depth, a little bit more size, it always just kind of conditions your players better, makes them work harder to achieve the more, or makes them work harder to achieve the same level of success they could have if you were playing down against schools in a lower classification than you. So, it doesn't always lead to the most beautiful record at the end of the season. If you're playing good teams that are in a division or a class ahead of you, you may end up losing two or three of those games. But in the end, it always works out best for your team as a whole. So I like what Morrison's doing. I like the schedule we have this year, which, of course, it's the same schedule we had last year. But even though the 3A teams we play, West Rusk is not a pushover. That's a team with I think, 19 returning starters this year. So, that team's going to be tough as well. So, Diboll really has their hands full with these first 5 games, no doubt. And it should be a really fun and exciting start to the season.
Going back to my playing days, we had New Caney, who is now in 6A, and then we also had Athens, who was a powerhouse under previous coach Paul Essery, and then we also played Corrigan Camden at the time, and we hope to see that game get revived sooner or later. But yeah, Coach Morrison did this too when he first came in, is just make sure to schedule tough opponents and get our work cut out for us. And the old saying goes, iron sharpens iron, and that's exactly what you're getting when you're playing up on these bigger opponents who are up a classification. So that's what we'll get to see between Diboll and Madisonville this evening, with 15 minutes here before kickoff at Lumberjack Stadium. Just wanted to remind you all, the kickoff was originally scheduled for 7 p.m., but they pushed it back to 7:30 p.m. So we're just waiting out the time. So with that being said, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors this season. I'd like to thank Terrell Insurance Agency for being our scoreboard sponsor and presenting sponsor. I'd like to thank them for all that they do for the community as a whole. I'd also like to thank Mueller Incorporated, as well as Cotton Co. and PPR Industrial for sponsoring this broadcast. Without them, this would not be possible. So we'll go ahead and take a commercial break to recognize our sponsors. You're listening to the Diboll Lumberjack pregame show, brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
C4 Media Productions proudly supports the Diboll Lumberjacks. Based at 205 North Temple, we are your one-stop shop for all of your video and social media needs. Whether you need a captivating TV commercial or a full social media marketing strategy to help drive sales, we've got you covered. Call us at 936-304-0707 or visit c4mediapros.com. C4 Media Productions. Reliable service, amazing results.
Attention East Texas businesses. Are you looking to reach a dedicated and engaged local audience? The Diboll Sports broadcast is the perfect opportunity for you. Our broadcasts are the heartbeat of Diboll Sports, connecting passionate fans with businesses just like yours. When you advertise with us, you're not just placing an ad, you're becoming a part of the community. With Diboll Sports broadcast, your message will be heard by thousands of listeners who live, work, and shop right here in East Texas. Contact Jared at C4 Media Productions today. Visit c4mediapros.com or give us a call at 936-304-0707 to learn more. Diboll Sports Broadcast. We are your hometown heartbeat.
Attention East Texas. When it comes to welding, fabrication, hydroblasting, sandblasting, vacuum truck services, and plant maintenance, there's only one name you need to know: PPR Industrial Services. Located in Lufkin, Texas, PPR delivers top quality services with 24/7 support. The mission to exceed customer expectations, PPR focuses on safety and excellence in every job. Call them today at 936-676-0982 and let PPR handle your toughest projects. PPR Industrial Services, where quality matters.
Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it. Say it with them. I don't give a f. I'm cool with it. Play a peep the.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lumberjack pregame show, brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency. As we are about 11 minutes away from kickoff here at Lumberjack Stadium, it is Alec Reyes, Drellin Fussell, and Jared Christmas on the call with you this evening. This is year number 3 for all three of us here in the booth, and we're just very excited to bring you Lumberjack football to y'all this season. As just like I said before, we are doing away with the Diboll Lumberjacks app, so please be sure to tell your family and friends that we are on YouTube and Facebook this year. So please be sure to go to YouTube and follow our Diboll Sports Broadcast YouTube channel, and please be sure to subscribe and like. That'll help the algorithm. I know I sound like a YouTuber saying that, but that'll really help promote this and what we're doing. And also going over to Facebook and liking and following the Diboll Sports Broadcast Facebook page. We will bring you the streams on either one on a week-to-week basis. So please be sure to follow along on Diboll Sports Broadcast for all updates for our audio live streams for Lumberjack football and other sports as well. So countdown to kickoff. It's about still 10 minutes away before we conclude the Lumberjack pregame show. But football is pretty much in full gear. And last night we got to see some matchups with Thursday night football games, whether that be high school or college football. So I had the chance to flip channels between 3 games last night. I got to watch South Florida put it on Boise State, U of H put it on my alma mater SFA, and then seeing Nebraska come back and defeat Cincinnati at Arrowhead Stadium. So a whole lot of games going on last night and even in the world of high school sports. So Draylen, did you happen to catch any of those games last night?
Yeah, I did. I watched the Boise State and South Florida game. That was, a pretty shocking final result. Not necessarily shocking that South Florida won, because they seemed to really be coming on at the end of last year. That coach seems to have things headed in the right direction with that explosive offense that he runs there in South Florida. But the way they did it, the physicality, that was really what surprised me more than anything. We know how good Boise State has been for the last 2 decades. So for South Florida to come out and just really put it on them like that was very, very impressive. That quarterback that they have, man, he really looks like he's going to be one of the top players in the group of 5 if he can stay healthy this season. And then Houston, I'll be honest, I was a little underwhelmed. Coach Fritz, the thing about him, it's usually year 3 before ever he really gets things rolling whenever he takes over a program. He kind of uses those first 2 years to really change the culture and turn things around and bring in new players and have them do things his way. So it kind of was the same thing at Sam Houston State. And then when he went to Tulane, it's always kind of been that way. It's really year 3 before things really turn around. But that being said, his defense last year was really good. The defense looked excellent yesterday. So I'm sure they're going to be improved this season. I don't know how much it's going to change the win column, because he is playing in the Big 12 and there's a lot of good coaches in that conference. So we'll see how much their offense improves over last season when it was just awful. So, by the end of the season, I'm sure that team's going to progress quite a bit. So. Last game I want to mention was Wascom and Garrison High School played last night, and talking about a matchup between 2 top 5 teams, and got talking to my daughter. She's a junior there at Wascom High School. I got to talking to her about it this morning while she was on a trip with the volleyball team to a tournament in Hawkins, and she said it was just. Which I also work with a guy there at Mueller. He is his kids graduated from Garrison. So between talking to both of them, it sounds like it was a really good game for a half. But in the second half, Garrison just really imposed their will on Wascom's defense, and then Wascom kind of lost their composure. A couple good players got kicked out of the game, and then it kind of all spiraled downhill on them pretty quickly. So apparently Garrison, once again, very for real as a football team. I know they beat Wascom last year in the beginning of the season. Then in the playoffs, Wascom beat them when it mattered. But it doesn't look like Garrison's going to take a step back. So I would anticipate seeing them go deep into the playoffs here again come December.
And so last night, I'm taking a look at a few high school scores. As you mentioned, Garrison put it on Wascom last night by a score of 39-19. Also, other scores that I have here from the Football Friday app. Pleasant Grove defeated Atlanta 34-2. Huntington broke a 26-game losing streak last night, defeating Evadale 44-10. So congrats to the Red Devils on that. And Nacogdoches defeated Palestine 35-14 in Palestine last night. So those are some results that I have pulled up here. And then going around the district tonight in District 9, 3A Division 1, Palestine Westwood, who was the favorite to win the district once again, is facing off against Mejia this evening. Teague is facing off against New Waverly, and New Waverly is up in that game 7-0 with 9 minutes left in the first quarter in that one. Fairfield is facing off against Maypearl. As we mentioned, Huntington defeated Evadale last night, and Crockett is facing Caldwell on the road this evening. So that's where everyone in the district is at for tonight in week 1. So we'll go ahead and take a commercial timeout. So again, we have about 5 minutes left here in the 5 minutes left here before kickoff starts here at Lumberjack Stadium, as the fans are still trickling in on both sides for Madisonville and for Diboll. Madisonville's band just showed up here just a moment ago, as well as their spirit teams. And the Dazzlers and cheerleaders are lined up, and they also have the inflatables up for both the Stangs and the Jacks. So you just feel it in the air, just as the old Phil Collins song is. Feel it coming in the air tonight, and you can just feel it in the atmosphere that we got football coming up. So we'll go ahead and take another commercial timeout as you're listening to the Diboll Lumberjack pregame show, brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency.
For the best in quality, we are the one.
America loves a winner. The proof is in our fascination with sports. In the years since Terrell Insurance Agency has been here, we've witnessed 25 World Series championships and Super Bowls. It's a fact that good teams come and go. A team that wins it all one year might finish at the bottom just a few years later. At Terrell Insurance Agency, we pride ourselves on our stability. Through all the years, we've been able to say we are the one, through the good times and the bad. You can count on us. That's a promise from our family to yours. Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
You can depend on a Mueller metal roof.
We were fortunate enough to be able to build a house on family land, and we've really enjoyed being out here.
We couldn't ask for a better place to raise our boys.
Our home builder, I don't believe, had ever had an experience with working with Mueller and had nothing but great things to say about the company, about the process.
Everybody was professional.
If anybody mentions the word metal, we say we know a guy and give them the phone number to Mueller.
Find out more at MuellerINC.com.
C4 Media Productions proudly supports the Diboll Lumberjacks. Based at 205 North Temple, we are your one-stop shop for all of your video and social media needs. Whether you need a captivating TV commercial or a full social media marketing strategy to help drive sales, we've got you covered. Call us at 936-304-0707 or visit c4mediapros.com. C4 Media Productions. Reliable service, amazing results.
Attention East Texas. When it comes to welding, fabrication, hydroblasting, sandblasting, vacuum truck services, and plant maintenance, there's only one name you need to know: PPR Industrial Services. Located in Lufkin, Texas, PPR delivers top quality services with 24/7 support. With a mission to exceed customer expectations, PPR focuses on safety and excellence in every job. Call them today at 936-676-0982 and let PPR handle your toughest projects. PPR Industrial Services, where quality matters.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Attention East Texas businesses. Are you looking to reach a dedicated and engaged local audience? The Diboll Sports broadcast is the perfect opportunity for you. Our broadcasts are the heartbeat of Diboll Sports, connecting passionate fans with businesses just like yours. When you advertise with us, you're not just placing an ad, you're becoming a part of the community. With Diboll Sports broadcast, your message will be heard by thousands of listeners who live, work, and shop right here in East Texas. Contact Jared at C4 Media Productions today. Visit c4mediapros.com or give us a call at 936-304-0707 to learn more. Diboll Sports Broadcast. We are your hometown heartbeat.
So we're heading into the waning moments, waning seconds of the Lumberjack pregame show, brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency. It's Alec Reyes, Jared Christmas, and Drellin Fussell on the call with you this evening as the coin toss is about to occur here at Lumberjack Stadium. The captains for the Lumberjacks are the seniors Cade Jordan and Eli Terrell, as the Lumberjacks are wearing their red helmets this evening with the white face mask, with the red jersey, with the white numbers, black outline, and the black pants with the red and white stripe down the side. The Mustangs are wearing their white jerseys with red letters, blue numbers, with the with the white helmet and looks like navy blue pants. So the coin toss just occurred. We've just seen the coin land. Looks like ref is talking to the Lumberjack captains. So the Lumberjacks have won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. Therefore, Madisonville will receive to open up this ball game, and they'll be moving right to left.
Looks like there's a small planet standing on the left side of that D out there, a big Jordan. That's a big old boy right there. Diboll, if he can be an anchor on the line, on the D line, I think he's going to be hard to move.
Yeah, and this is Cade's third year as a starter on varsity, and we know that he wants to have a tremendous senior season, as well as the 14 seniors on the team for Diboll, as they'll head over to the sideline after getting pumped up here above the number at midfield. So the kickoff unit is getting settled, as well as the receiving unit for Madisonville on their sideline. So any final thoughts before we get this thing rolling, guys?
Just ready for some football, man. It has been entirely too long. This week has been like Christmas in August. Football games starting on Saturday, then we got some Thursday. Now we're getting it on Friday. We're going to have a whole lot of good games tomorrow. So glad to be back. Glad to have football again. Glad to be up here with you guys doing this in the booth. This is something I look forward to every year, and glad to see these Diboll Lumberjacks out here on this field representing our hometown.
Well, let's see what they can do here, as the Lumberjacks will bring out Ivan Gomez to kick it off for the Jacks. Is back deep to receive. For the Mustangs will be Malachi Kovar on the far side. On the near side, they'll have Jaden Simpson, and they'll have Tristan Whaley, the senior 4-year starter for Madisonville, in between the hashes. So Gomez, the freshman kicker, getting set. And here we go, folks. For the first time in 281 days, we have Lumberjack football, and it'll be fielded at the 25-yard line by the up back. That's Jaden Simpson, who's moving around into the right side, and he'll be brought down by a swarm of Lumberjacks right around the 31-yard line. First and 10, Madisonville.
Nice job right there on the kickoff. Good high coffin corner kick to the 25-yard line. He took it back to the middle of the field, was tackled after a short gain. So Madisonville set up here, first and 10. Looks like they marked it at the 32-yard line. So we have first and 10, and Diboll's defense is out there ready to go.
So here we go. First and 10 for the Mustangs. Again, they're moving right to left, as Lumberjacks coming out in their 3-4 defense. Making the stop on the kickoff was Emilio Lopez for the Lumberjacks. So the Mustangs coming out with the 3-receiver set to the right side of the field, with the tight end lined up on the left side. Kovar is the quarterback for the Mustangs. For the pump fake, he's looking deep for his intended target, Tristan Whaley, and he's got him, and he's going to beat the defender, Aiden Chavis, and that's the first points on the board for the Mustangs. First play goes for 6.
Yeah, that actually, it looked like the defense wasn't set up bad for that. It looked like the safety was going to have a beat on the ball. Seemed like maybe he took a bad route to where the receiver was going, or just maybe the throw outran him. I'm not sure. But that's a long touchdown for Madisonville, and bad way for the Lumberjack defense to open up the season. But, hey, turn it around. Offense, get out there, and let's return the favor.
The Mustangs lining up for the extra point try. And the kick is up. And it is good. So the Mustangs will go up early 7-0 after the extra point try by Anton Ward. So the Lumberjacks going to have to regroup after that one, as we'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube and Facebook through C4 Media.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
The first play for the Mustangs goes for 6 as quarterback Garrett Kovar finds Tristan Whaley for a 66-yard touchdown pass. The extra point by Anson Ward is good, so the Mustangs up 7-0 with 11:45 here in the first quarter of action from Lumberjack Stadium, as the return unit for the Lumberjacks is on the field now, as the Jacks have 3 deep to receive, as Anson Ward will handle the kickoff duties for the Mustangs. Can't get a number on the 3 back deep to receive for the Jacks. So right here on this near side, it looks like it's Aaron Robbins, and it's going to be a short onside kick, and Chavis is going to land on it right at midfield. So Lumberjacks weren't caught sleeping on that one, and Chavis will recover that right at midfield for really good field position for this Lumberjack offense. 1st and 10 coming up.
That was a very interesting kickoff. I'm not sure if he was attempting to actually do a surprise onside or if that was an attempt to pooch kick it and he missed it, but it was very high and coming down right at the 50. Chavis really did the only thing he could, which was go up and try to high point the football, when luckily held on to it.
See if the Lumberjacks can answer the Mustangs here on 1st and 10, as it's the senior Sonny Rodriguez taking the snaps at quarterback, as he will drop back to pass. He's looking at the hitch route for Aaron Robbins, the junior, and he'll be brought down at the Mustang 38-yard line for an 11-yard gain, and that's going to move the chains for the Jacks.
Nice crisp throw right there, throwing into the pressure. Madisonville brings pressure from the front side. He just steps back and throws right to the open receiver. Really nice looking play right there, and got that ball out quickly.
So 1st and 10 after the pitch and catch from Rodriguez to Robbins. Ball on the Mustang 38-yard line. The Mustangs with a 4-2-5 defensive scheme. Lumberjacks in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Xander Arambula, who bounces it outside, and he's going to get slammed down for a gain of 2 on the play. Tristan Whaley coming in to make the stop. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Tried to get to the outside there on a sweep play around the edge, and just not fast enough there. Looked like the safety came down for Madisonville and ran the alley very well and took Arambula down. So I like the play design, trying to move side to side and get this Madisonville defense running early. I'm sure it should pay dividends later in the game.
2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard run by Arambula. It's Lumberjacks in a shotgun set with a bunch formation to the right side. And early movement up front from the Mustang defense. That's Corlin Wheaton, who's going to get caught offside with contact. So that'll move the Jacks up 5 more yards.
Good job. Nice job there by the offense of the Lumberjacks, just holding their water and taking those 5 free yards from Madisonville. We'll take that all night if they'll give it to us. Brings up 2nd down and medium for the Lumberjacks.
So after the penalty, the ball's now spotted on the 31-yard line. 2nd down and 3 here to go for the Lumberjacks. Rodriguez is in a pistol set, as he will hand it off to Arambula, who spins off a tackle, and he's going to be brought down at the line of gain. There was a flag thrown right at the snap. So we'll see what this is.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting call here. Look like possibly a procedure penalty on the Lumberjacks. I would have liked to see them come out in a different formation than what they lined up in when they ran the freeze play, but they stayed in the same formation. Oh, we have an offsides against Madisonville here, so this is going to result in a 1st down for Diboll.
10 free plays, can't go wrong with that. So now the refs will spot the ball at the 28-yard line. So the Lumberjacks just got 10 free yards, and that's going to be Should be 1st and 10 as they're motioning the chain gang to move. And there they go. So on 1st and 10, Rodriguez looking to the left side for his intended target, Jackson Taylor, and it's in and out of his hands as he got him on the out route. It's going to bring up 2nd down after the incompletion.
Another really nice pass there by Franco Rodriguez. I mean, he just slung that out to the left side, the far side of the field over there, and it should have been caught. He just tried to cradle it instead of using his hands, and it went right through. So he'll be frustrated with that one. And it looks like they're actually marking us at 3rd down and inches. So they didn't give us the 1st down there on that offsides play.
So Rodriguez getting the play from Coach Davis on the sideline. So it's 3rd down and inches. Yeah, that's pretty interesting how that didn't move the chains there. So just going to have to hand it off to the running back, to Carlos Sanchez, and he's going to get bottled up for a loss of 2 on the play. So instead of what we thought was 1st down up here, it's actually going to bring up 4th down and 2 for the Jacks. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line after the loss.
Yeah. Looks like the Jacks will go for it. This is very interesting because the Lumberjacks gained 2 yards on 1st down, then had 2 penalties for 5 yards and didn't end up with another 1st down. But anyways, 4th and 2, here we go, Lumberjacks.
So on 4th and 2, Rodriguez tried to draw the Mustangs offside. Instead, it's going to go the other way, and the Jacks are going to get a false start called on them.
Disappointing result there. That's going to put us way back behind the chains on 4th down. Be interesting to see how Morrison and company approach this if we just try to do like a little pooch kick here and pin Madisonville back. But I'm still confused by how we didn't end up with a 1st down with 10 yards and penalties on 8 yards to go. But here we go, 4th down. Lumberjacks here. Looks like they're lining up to go for it.
So it's 4th down from the 35-yard line of Madisonville. They need to get to the 29, and they will get it as Rodriguez sprints to the right side, and he finds Tyrese McMillan right at the 23-yard line. So it'll be a 1st down for the Lumberjacks after converting on 4th down.
Another very nice throw right there by Rodriguez, hitting McMillan right between the numbers. And he certainly has plenty of weapons on this offense between McMillan and Diboll and, Jackson Taylor. So he's got a lot of weapons, and he looks like he's primed and ready to use them.
So on 1st and 10, Lumberjacks coming out in a pistol set with 2 receivers lined up to the right side. It's McMillan and Robbins. Jackson Taylor, the lone receiver, on the left side. Ball spotted on the Mustang 23-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Sanchez, who bounces it outside, trying to spin off a tackle. He's going to be brought down inside of the red zone right at the Mustang 20-yard line for a pickup of 3 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down after the run by Sanchez.
Nice cut right there. Sanchez takes the handoff on the right side, hits it up, and then tries to bounce it out to get more yards around the end. Didn't quite get to the sideline, but he's an early candidate for angriest runner of the year, so I like that.
On 2nd down and 7 after the run by Sanchez. Lumberjacks going back to a pistol set. Rodriguez looking to the sideline. He's going to audible the play. Rodriguez taking the snap. He's looking to the left side on the hitch route to Aiden Morris. Morris making some jukes, making some cuts. He's going to be brought down at the Mustang 14-yard line, and looks like he needs about 1 more yard to get the first. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Jacks.
Very, very nice job by Morris right there.